Oh no, man, that would totally suck. What's up, pranksters? Welcome back. I know most of you guys are super excited about the end of the school year and are looking forward to your summer break. Well, a lot of you guys requested that I show you guys how to pull off some pranks for the last day of school, and here they are. 5 mean pranks that you guys can pull off on the last day of school. So let's get started by hitting those thumbs up buttons and check it out. For our first prank, we're gonna be booby-trapping a crayon. And you guys can do this to every single crayon in the crayon box, but I'm just gonna show you guys how to do it on one. So for example, let's say you're in class and you guys are coloring, and since this is a bear, I'm gonna choose the color brown to booby trap for you guys to show you guys how to set up this prank. You definitely have to prep this at home and then take the crayon box to class, and then when one of your neighbors asks you to borrow a crayon, you let them borrow whichever crayon. Of course, you're gonna be booby trapping every single one of these crayons. I'm just gonna show you how to do the brown one, so here goes. For this prank, you're gonna need a needle like this one. Now this is pretty long, so we're gonna have to shorten it, and for that we're gonna need some pliers. And you're left with this little piece right here. So what you're gonna do is hold it with some pliers, and then the next step is to heat this up with a lighter. So you gotta be careful when using fire, guys. So have somebody help you out with this. So you're gonna heat this up. It's gonna turn a bit red, as you guys can see. From 30 seconds to a minute, just keep the flame underneath the needle. Now I think it's ready. Now you're gonna have to do this really fast and stick the needle into the tip of the crayon. Might break off a bit, but you can stick it all the way in. All right, perfect. Now to keep it in place, guys, you might have to put the lighter underneath the actual crayon and melt it a bit, and then kind of mold it into the original shape it was in. So kind of pointy. Like this. It'll look kind of messed up, but crayons are supposed to be worn out, and this is what a worn out crayon would look like, so there's no reason to suspect anything once it looks like this. Now once you get it to this point, you just put it back in the box, and you can do this process with each and every one of the crayons in the crayon box. So again, the reason why I chose brown is because we're gonna be coloring this bear right here, and it happens to be a brown bear, so obviously we have to use brown. So let's see this prank in action. Yep, that's what's gonna happen. Look at this, guys. It actually rips the picture, so pretty much this bear is wounded. So yeah, guys, this prank will totally destroy their picture. Well, that's what they get for borrowing your crayons. Here's another prank you guys can set up on your classmates. So let's say somebody wants to borrow a pencil cushion because they're writing so much that it's hurting their finger, and the pencil cushion, or a pencil grip as some people call them, they ease the pain because it actually adds some cushion when writing, so it's more comfortable. So guys, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna set up this little booby trap on this pencil cushion, and for that we're gonna be needing some shoe polish. So we're gonna open this up right now, and this is black shoe polish, and I have a Q-tip right here, so I'm gonna get a little bit on this Q-tip. I'm gonna insert it through the bottom, and I'm gonna rub it all inside in the middle. That way it's the least noticeable if you do it in the middle. And the prank is set, guys. See, from this angle it looks like a normal pencil cushion, but when they borrow it and they want to stick their pencil through the pencil cushion, the following will happen. They're gonna stick their pencil through the pencil cushion. Look at that. It got shoe polish all over their pencil, all over the tip. So up to this point, their pencil will be covered in shoe polish. There you go, guys. Alright, pranksters, well now it's time to booby trap the glue bottle. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna open it up, actually unscrew it. So if it still has glue in there, you're gonna have to empty it out into a sandwich bag, that way it doesn't go to waste. So I'm just gonna dump it all into this sandwich bag like this. The glue looks like ranch or mayonnaise. That's pretty cool. This is pretty much most of the glue that was in there. So we're gonna Save this for later, that way it doesn't go to waste. So right now in the sink I rinsed it out a bit. It's not the cleanest glue bottle, but it doesn't have to be. Here I have some milk, plain old milk, which we're gonna pour inside this glue bottle. So pretty much about 80 to 90% of this bottle is full with milk. So at this point, we're on the right track to booby-trapping this bottle of glue. Now guys, take a knife or a sharp object, and on the neck of the bottle, right before you screw the nozzle on, we're gonna make a little hole. Sorry about the bad lighting guys, but there's a hole right there. Our next step is to cover the top with a piece of plastic, which I removed from a sandwich bag, like this. And now we're gonna screw the nozzle back on, like this. That way we block off the exit so the glue won't be able to come out through this end, but through our little hole, which happens to be underneath the screw cap, which holds the nozzle. As you guys can see, it's right there. It is not visible at all unless you look for it, so your victim will not see this coming. Our next step is to remove this plastic that sticks out, and then the prank is set. Alright guys, well it's prank time. We got our booby-trap bottle of glue right here, and let's say your victim is about to paste some of these shapes onto this construction paper. So obviously the first step is to open the bottle, so they're gonna twist the nozzle. See, now it's opened, and then when they want to apply some glue onto the construction paper, this is what's gonna happen. See? No fun, huh? They're gonna have milk all over their construction paper and their little cutouts, which will totally ruin it for them. But don't worry guys, it's just milk. It's not glue, so even if they get it on them, it's not gonna ruin their clothes, it's not gonna ruin anything but their little project, which would be a shame, right? But that's how you get them, with this awesome glue bottle prank. For our next prank, we're gonna pretend to get your friend into trouble. So for this prank, you're gonna need a phone case like this one. This is an iPhone phone case, and you're gonna need an iPhone cutout, which is the back of an iPhone. Well, you're gonna put that cutout inside the phone case. So now the back looks like there's an actual phone in there just by looking at this little lens, this little camera right here. So from this angle, it looks like a real phone. Well, you're gonna take this fake phone and you're gonna put it behind one of your classmates' either a big binder or a thick book. So from their angle, the phone is gonna be here. But from a different angle, which would be your teacher's angle, the phone will be sticking out like that. And if I know teachers, they don't allow for students to have their phones out, especially not during class. So your victim won't know that the phone is there. So remember guys, you gotta do this when they're not looking. So when the teacher walks around and spots the phone, the teacher's gonna get mad, right? They're gonna call out your friend and they're gonna be like, why do you have your phone out? You shouldn't have your phone out during class. And then your friend is gonna freak out. It's like, teacher, my phone is in my pocket. And then when the teacher picks up the phone, the teacher will realize that it's a fake phone. So it's a nice little prank you guys can do in class, and it doesn't take much work to pull off. Now for this last prank, this could possibly be the meanest prank you guys can pull off on the end of the year. So if you want to pull off a really mean prank, then you might definitely want to try this one. So let's say your victim has this really thick binder with all his stuff in it. For example, this book and then a spiral notebook. Well, when they go to the restroom, guys, you're gonna take out everything until it's empty, like this. And like I said, it has to be one of these really big ones. And you're also gonna need a Gatorade bottle. This is about 2/3 empty. So that's perfect for what we're gonna do. Remember, they're not looking. You're gonna take the Gatorade bottle and we're gonna tape the Gatorade bottle onto the binder, as I'm doing so right now. So now guys, you're gonna close up the binder like this. Just like that. The cap has to come off for this prank to work. So carefully unscrew it like this. And now you're able to set the binder back down with the open Gatorade bottle. Perfect. The prank is set, guys. So when your victim opens up their binder, let's see what's gonna happen. Now, before I show you the demo of this prank, guys, just know that I'm not trying to encourage you guys to get into trouble. Because even though it might be the end of the year and you feel like you won't get into trouble, you might, you never know. So if you're really hardcore and you think you can get away with this, then go for it. If your friend or your classmate can take a joke, then this prank is perfect for them. Otherwise, do not attempt, guys, because you might get in trouble. Well, with that being said, guys, let me show you this demo. So your victim is gonna open up their binder and this is what's gonna happen. Oh no, man, that would totally suck. Hopefully your class doesn't have carpet. Notice that there's nothing around it but this plastic binder, which can easily be cleaned off. But look at all this mess, guys. Your victim will definitely not expect this. The worst part about setting up this prank is that the fact that I have to clean this up. Yeah, guys, I know some of these are pretty mean and you definitely want to try them at the end of the school year, or not at all if you don't want to get into trouble. But yeah, guys, there you have it. 5 pranks that you guys can pull off on the last day of school. Now, guys, this next request I've been getting by pretty much every single one of you pranksters out there. You guys have been asking, demanding, begging me to do some fidget spinner pranks. These are pretty fun and I know you guys want me to use them in some pranks. So if you want to see that, hit that thumbs up button now. Also, guys, the new Nextraker shirt is available now, but only for a limited time. So if you want to represent us and wear this shirt proudly, then get yourself a Nextraker shirt. They're available for a limited time, like I said, so get yourself one soon. Thank you guys for the support and I will see you guys in my next video. So they'll just press on the bulb and this is what's gonna happen. Your friend happens to open his binder and this is what's gonna happen. Right? So let's say they're trying to keep this notebook together and it has some valuable information on it. So they'll just grab the binder clip and put it on there. Did you see that? It actually squirted out. As you can see, this one's a pencil with a real eraser and this one has the gum eraser. You're just gonna pick up the scissors and just throw them in there and this is what's gonna happen. Oh, just like that, the balloon pops as soon as the scissors go in.